Hey guys, what's up? This is Big coming to you from GNA today. So I've got my ISSC MK22. I was able to go out to the range today and to test this rifle after I have done the firing pin return spring mod on this. Now I explained this in the range video, but I want to say it here because in that range video there's wind noise like there nearly always is. There's just always wind where I live at. But I did the firing pin return spring mod. I trimmed that down about 4 coils. And I've made a video on doing the washer mod where you add washer into the little strut that runs up to the hammer. And in that video, I mentioned I didn't have the right size washer. Well, I've gotten the right size washers, I just haven't put them in yet. So I haven't even done that mod to this one yet. So that's not included in what you're going to see in this range video today. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that in, then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about it a little bit. Guys, what's up? This is Big coming to you from GNA today. So I've got my ISSC MK22. I've done the firing pin return spring mod on this. And actually I made a video on doing the washer mod, but in that video I didn't have the right size washer and I still haven't got those. So I don't even really have that one done yet on here. So all I'm working with right now is just the firing pin return spring mod, which honestly, I think this one has the best chance of helping anything, because on the firing pin, before I trimmed the spring down, I could barely push that firing pin forward. Now, it still has a lot of force, but I can move it a lot easier. So I think this probably has the best chance of fixing this rifle. So let's see what's up here. And it's kind of muddy out here, so I'm kind of having to dance around some spots of mud. Alright, got through that mag. Let's try another one, see what happens. Go ahead and move this over here. Okay, and again, I'm shooting Winchester white box here. Same thing that was giving me problems last time. Well, there you go. There's 2 full mags through it so far. Load these back up. Both of those were Winchester white box. I'm going to try some Remington golden bullet, see how that works. Alright, got 2 more mags loaded up, this time with golden bullet. I'm going to shoot these 2 mags through it and we'll see what she does. it all the way through that one. Let's try the next one. Try another mag. And honestly, I have never been able to put enough rounds through this to really sight it in, but it seems to be on. I mean, I'm probably at 15, 20 yards right now, but sights seem to be on pretty good, and it's shooting pretty accurately, pretty consistently, I should say. Well, there's 4 full mags. All right, 2 more mags. Let's shoot these, see what's up. Again, I'm just shooting golden bullet on this. Alright, looking good. Shot another mag through flawlessly. Whoops. Another mag of golden bullet. Let's see. That one's because it did not feed properly. Let's see how that sucker's didn't get in there right. Yeah, maybe when I dropped it, it may have. I think it kind of threw him off kilter. There we go. Okay, so that was definitely different than any of the problems I've had. It was because I dropped this mag a second ago. I really think that's what happened. It kind of got him nudged out of place. Have to run a whole lot more rounds through this, but what is that? 22 times 6, 132 rounds. So 132 rounds didn't give me one problem except for that little feeding problem, but again, that happened because I dropped that mag. I would say that it definitely has my original problem pretty close to being fixed. The firing pin return spring is too stout on this rifle. It's too stout. That's it. Okay, so you can see in that video, it looks like that was pretty successful. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's fixed, but it means that we're on the right track, I think. The only one little malfunction that I had, and I tried to explain it, but the wind noise may have been too loud. I dropped this mag right before I put this into the rifle, and it hit the ground pretty hard. And I cleaned the dirt, really the mud off of the mag, but I didn't try to, smack the mag down to make sure that the rounds were back in place right. And I really think that's what happened, is it just kind of knocked those rounds where they were just kind of pushed down a little bit, where they were out of place, where it wasn't able to feed it up in there properly. Because it only did that one time, and after I smacked it back down and got everything in order, it fed perfectly. I've mentioned this a couple times in my other videos, but on the FN forums, and I'll have a link to it in the description, but on the FN forums, there's a username VHeinze, or however he pronounces that. That's what he advocates, is trimming the firing pin return spring, that he says that should fix 95% of the problems. And if you go and you read that thread, that guy's all the way through it. He's very knowledgeable, very helpful, and I agree with him. But after I cut that little spring, cut those 4 coils off of it, put that back together, and tried to move the firing pin in the bolt, I could tell that it was moving a lot more freely. Before I'd trim those 4 coils off, I mean, I could barely push that firing pin. It was just ridiculously stout. For now, I'm happy with that. Of course, the problem may come back. Who knows? We'll see. But after I was able to shoot 6 mags, 132 rounds without one problem except for that one that was me dropping it, that to me that's pretty good, because before, I don't think I got through, well, the first time I shot it, I think I got through a full mag. But after that, I don't think I've been able to go through a single full mag. And I was able to go through 6 mags today. 2 of those mags were Winchester White Box. 4 of them were Remington Golden Bullet. So, anyways, I'm happy with that for now. At this point, I'm happy with this rifle because I had to work on it. But whenever I was shooting this thing, it was shooting very, very consistently. I haven't really worked on sighting it in because I couldn't shoot enough rounds off to really get that done. But even with the way it was set up, I was able to hit, and I was shooting a steel target that, I don't know, is 3, maybe 4 inches in diameter, shooting steel plates that are 3 or 4 inches, and I was shooting those at 15 to 20 yards, which I know is not far. But anyways, I was able to smack them consistently. So that's one thing that this rifle has always had going for it, is even though it's had those problems, people have always said that it's been fairly accurate, and it is. It's accurate. And on top of that, it's pretty nicely built with it having a metal upper. It feels pretty nice. So now maybe it'll be reliable, and maybe this will actually be a decent rifle in my collection now. Whereas before I trimmed that firing pin spring, it just wouldn't be reliable to use it in any kind of situation. So anyways, there you go. I'm gonna leave it at that. And of course, I'll be shooting it more this summer. If the problem comes back, I'll make another video about it, and we'll go from there. But for now, I'm going to say that the issue is resolved.